Okay, so I'm going to talk about shadow work, and I cannot say that I'm an expert or anything like that, or that I'm trying to promote it, or was trying to say that it doesn't work or anything like that. In fact, I'm trying to take a more critical approach and question it. So, as far as I understand, I do have some issues with like what I in shadow work is, and it seems that a lot of it tends to result to people talking about releasing the shadows, which is kind of lead to this inevitable kind of standpoint. And there's a lot of contradictions that I find because um they talk about shadow work as integration and not to eliminate, but in the end how people communicate about it, it sounds to me very much so like elimination. So, for example, they talk about things like, forgiving yourself for having these feelings or trait, channel the energy, productivity, and so on. So to me, it does sounds like we seeing the shadows, but the argument is saying that they channel it instead. So, for example, if you redirect your anger from one place into another, so to me, it sounds a lot like bullshit. Actually, to me, is what I see it is you actually can use this in the way it actually is. There is a reason for your anger. You have your reason for it. You might have been mistreated, misunderstood, or so on and so forth. So I find a lot of suggestions for people talking about, redirecting is not really helpful. It erases the actual reason your shadow is there in the first place. So in fact what I find is the more you try to, try to channel it, do something productive or something like that, yeah, sure, it helps, but the shadow keeps coming back, and it will keep coming back because you are ignoring the fundamental issue that your soul, your consciousness, your spirit, whatever you want to call it, you're ignoring the actual deep problem that you are supposed to, you're supposed to actually kind of ask yourself, why am I angry, and what can I do to justify that anger and change it? So usually it's a lot of shadow work tends to be about preventing harm to other people, which is actually the point. But my suggestion is not to harm also, but in fact it to really kind of understand how can you treat the issue so calmly, so to speak. So for example, someone had wronged you and so on and so forth, and you are angry, but the point is to actually kind of look inside this anger and see what's the actual issue and confront the person. In fact, you should confront the person, preferably calmly and rationally, and actually bring out what the actual issues are. And how I see a lot of people talking about shadow work is, oh, you should just focus on yourself. You focus on your productivity, build your own things. Don't waste your time. Changing someone. No, that's not the point. I'm not talking about the point to change anyone. The point is to be heard. You need to be heard. You need to be seen. You need to be understood. Your shadow will keep coming back if you actually ignore it. So in fact you should actually see what's the problem and acknowledge this. Now in some cases there might not really be a very clear way to resolve the issue, which might lead to something in fact escalation, and that's also fine actually in my opinion. If it happens, it happens. You are not here to control the feelings of another person. You are not here to be an emotional babysitter for someone else. You are here to be respected and treated like an individual. And of course, you need to also understand not to get yourself into trouble or get in danger or fight with someone or so on and so forth. That is obviously something you need to take care of as well. And this goes without saying. But the point is to really acknowledge what your shadow is trying to tell you and what is it that you want to change. So this is how I think I could redirect the anger, the shadow, whatever it is, and turn it into something that actually works for me instead of working against it or pretending it doesn't exist or redirecting it into something else completely, which is what most people would suggest. I'm suggesting the actually listen to your shadow and do not see them as flaws. Do not get rid of them. They are trying to talk to you and they will keep talking to you. Get to know them.